Okay, so this is Manoranjan Kumar, an assistant professor in agriculture department of Suresh Gyan Vihar University. So today in this lecture, we are going to discuss about implement of intercultural operation. So at the end of this lecture, the students will able to know about intercultural operation and what are the different implements which are used for intercultural operation. Okay, so for this lecture the students can refer these books: Practical Manual on Farm Machinery and Power, Element of Agricultural Engineering, Principle of Agriculture Engineering by Michael and Ojha, Farm Power and Machinery by Sanjay Kumar. So these are the some reference books you can refer for this chapter. So let us start this topic, the intercultural operation. So first question comes in mind, that what is the intercultural operation and what are the different activities is done in this operation. So uh, the operation performed in the field after the sowing of the crop but before the harvesting. Okay, so between these, after sowing and before harvesting the crop, all the activity which are done in the field is known as the intercultural operation. Okay, so in the intercultural operation, what are the different activities? First is to break the upper surface of the soil, uprooting the weeds, that is unwanted plant, and third, to aerate the soil, thereby promoting the activities of microorganisms and making a good mulch, so that moisture inside the field is properly retained from evaporation. Okay, so these are the some objectives of this intercultural operation. Now we will see what are the different tools and implements which are used for this intercultural operation. So among that, the first tool is a hand hoe. Okay, so this is a small tool. This is operated manually, and this is the manually operated weeding tool used in the farm. If you see this picture, then you can see that it consists of an iron blade. Here you can see this is the iron blade and a wooden handle. Okay, so that operator can hold the handle and cut the soil with these blades to a shallow depth of about 2 to 3 centimeters. Okay, thereby weeds are cut and soil is stirred. Okay. So this is applicable for the light operation. It can dig a soil up to a depth of 2 to 3 centimeters, not more than that. Okay. So this is the hand hoe. Second implement is a hoe cum rake. Okay. So this is hoe cum rake. This is a multi-purpose hand tool which consists of a flat blade. Here you can see the picture of this. This is the flat blade on one side, and on the other side prong will be there. Okay, so this is just like a pavra. Okay, in the our okay, this flat blade is used for the digging purpose, and this rake side are used for weeding and collection of weeds and traces. So this prong and this blade, these are either made from the single stock. Okay, in that single stock, you can put an eye in the center, or you can join this both parts separately to an eye by welding. Okay. Uh, in this hook rake, a wooden handle is provided at the center, means at the eye, for the operation in the field. Okay. So this is the hoe cum rake. So these two, that is the hand hoe and hoe cum rake. This is the short handle weeder. Okay, here you can see the handle is short, so the person which are using this, uh, they have to exert greater strain in their body. The other implement is long handle weeder. Here you can see this is the long handle weeder. This is the peg tooth type weeder, and this is the a star wheel type weeder. Here you can see this cutting element is cut into the a star type structure. Okay, this is the fulcrum wheel is there, so that wheel is cut into the a star type structure. Here in the peg tooth type, on the fulcrum wheel, on the periphery of this fulcrum wheel, the pegs are welded. Okay, so this is a long handle weeder. Here handle is long. Okay, so there will be not so much strain on the human body when this is when the any person is operating this in the field. So long handle weeder, the short handle weeder exert greater strain on the operator during the operation. So long handle weeder is widely used for intercultural operation nowadays. The popular long handle weeders are, first one is a star type weeder and second one is peg type weeder. Okay. These long handle weeders are generally used in the dry land area, so that these weeders are also called as dry land weeder. Now we will see one by one what is the star type weeder, what is its coverage area, and uh, what is the operating width. Okay. So first is a star type weeder. Here in this picture you can see this is a star type weeder. So this weeder consists of a blade. Here you can see this is known as a blade for cutting the weed, a fulcrum wheel for easy pushing and pull movement, and a long handle. This is a long handle for easy operation. Okay. Fulcrum wheel is cut into a star-like projection. The operating width of the blade is 120 mm, that is the 12 centimeter, and the coverage area in one day by this star type weeder is 0.05 hectare. Okay, this weeder works well in a line sown crop, not in broadcasted field. Okay, so in the broadcasted field, it is very difficult to move this weeder. Okay, but in the line sown crops in a definite line, this weeder can move easily. That's why this type of weeder is suitable in line sown crop, not in broadcasted field. Okay. If you talk about the soil, so we can say that the star type weeder is most suitable for loamy soil. Okay. Hmm. So a star type weeder is most suitable for loamy soil. Now the second type of weeder is peg type weeder. Okay, some iron pegs are there, which is welded around the periphery of the wheel. So it consists of a blade for cutting the weed, a fulcrum wheel for pushing and pull movement, and a long handle for easy operation in the field. In this case, in this weeder, the pegs are welded. These are known as the pegs. These pegs are welded on the periphery of the wheel. The operating width of this implement is 120 mm, or you can say 12 centimeter. The coverage area is 0.05 hectare per day, the similar to that of the star type weeder. In the star type weeder, also the operating width is 120 mm, and also the coverage is 0.05 hectare per day. Okay, and also similar to the that a star type feeder, this implement is also works well in sown crops, not in broadcasted field. Okay, in line sown crop it is more suitable. And if you talk about the soil, then it is most suitable for the clay soil, whereas the that a star type feeder is most suitable in loamy soil. So this is the difference between the peg type feeder and a star type feeder. In the star type feeder, the star type feeder is suitable in the loamy soil, whereas the peg type feeder is suitable in the clay soil. The second difference, the on the periphery of the star type feeder, there is a star type construction is there. In the peg type feeder, the peg is welded around the periphery of the feeder. Okay, so these are some difference between the peg type feeder and the star type feeder. Now the other implement is wheel hoe. So here in the picture, you can see this person is doing some intercultural operation in the line sown crops by this wheel hoe. So here some wheel is provided. Okay, it consists of a wheel, tool frame, a set of replaceable tools, and a long handle. Here you can see this is the long handle, this is the frame, and this is the wheel. And just behind the wheel, there is a tool. So this tool you can replace by the other types of tools. Okay, here here one sweep is provided, one times is provided. Here in this picture you can see the three times is provided, so you can replace these tools. Okay, so this replaceable tool may be the straight blade, v blade, sweep, shovel, etc. Okay, can be used for the different works, namely weeding, soil mulching, and stirring, etc. It is used for weeding and intercultural operation in line sow crops, okay, not in broadcasted field. The component of this implement are made from mild carbon steel. The coverage area of this implement is also the 0.05 hectare per day. Now, other intercultural operation is cono weeder. Okay, so generally this cono weeder is used in the rice field. Okay, so here you can see this cono weeder consists of a long handle. It consists of a long handle. Okay, two numbers of truncated conical roller. This is the truncated conical roller. Okay, what do you mean by the truncated conical roller? If the if any cone is cut in half in the middle, then that cone becomes the truncated cone. Okay, so here in the cone you have seen that there is a at the bottom there is a large diameter, and at the top there is no any diameter. But in the truncated cone, the at the bottom there will be some diameter, some large diameter, and at the top there will be also some less diameter. Okay, so in the truncated conical roller, so in this implement, the two number of truncated conical roller is provided. In the picture you can see this is the first and this is the second, and also these both are fitted in opposite direction. How? You can see in this picture, for this truncated roller, Here, this is the larger diameter portion is there, and in this side, the smaller diameter portion is there. Whereas for this truncated conical roller, the this side the large diameter, and from the other side this is the less diameter. Okay, so these rollers are fitted at the bottom of the handle in opposite direction, one behind the other. Okay, and also in this implement, one float is provided. So why the purpose of the float? This float will protect this implement from sinking into the wet soil. And this conical roller have a serrated blade on its periphery. You can see here the larger picture of this conical roller is shown here. You can see here some serrated blades are there. Okay, so it can easily manipulate the soil when it moves in the field. Okay. So the roller uproot the weeds and bury them, whereas float prevent the unit from sinking into the soil. So cono weeder is useful for uprooting and burying weeds in line planted rice field in wetlands. Okay, this is also useful in the line sown crop, not in the broadcasted rice field. It disturbs the topsoil and increase the aeration between the soil. This facilitates better growing environment to the crops. The coverage area of this implement is also the same, that is the 0.05 hectare per day. I will show you one video related to this uh, Ono weeder. So see this video, your concept will be more clear. Yes, you can see this person is using this cono weeder in their rice field. Here you can see this is the limestone crops. So this is suitable in the limestone crop. Okay. Here you can see these are the conical roller just provided behind the float and in opposite direction. Okay, and this is the float, and this is the long handle. Okay, so this the use of this float is to it will prevent this implement from sinking into the soil. Okay, and the purpose of this conical roller is to it will uproot the weed present in the this field and aerate the soil by manipulating the soil. Okay. You can see this operation of this conovider in the field. This is very useful in the rice field. See how the soil is manipulating here. Okay. You can see the difference between this field and this field. All weeds are removed here, but here some weeds are present. Okay, so this is very useful for removing the weed from the rice field. Okay, now this person is on operation in the field. Now other intercultural operation implement is cultivator. So this cultivator is an implement for intercultivation with laterally adjustable tines or disc to work between the crop rows. In some cultivator, tines are provided, whereas in some cultivator, discs are provided. Okay, for the weeding purpose or for the soil manipulating purpose. So this can be used for the seed bed preparation and for sowing with a seeding attachment. The main function of these cultivators are: first, interculture the field; second, destroy the weeds in the field; third, to aerate the soil for proper growth of crops; fourth, conserve moisture by preparing mulch on the surface; fifth, to sow seeds when it is provided with sowing attachment. Okay, in that provision, it is known as the uh, seed cum fertilizer drill. To prevent surface evaporation and encourage rapid infiltration of rainwater into the soil. So these are the function of cultivator. Now the different types of cultivators available. So basically there are two types of cultivator. First one is tractor drawn cultivator and second one is animal drawn cultivator. Under the tractor drawn cultivator, again this is of two types. First one is cultivator with spring loaded tines. So in this case, the springs are provided between the tines and the frame. And in the second type, the cultivator with rigid tines. In this case, the springs are not provided. Okay. The example of this cultivator with rigid tines are the duck foot cultivator. So now, first we will see the cultivator with a spring loaded tines. So before that, I will show you one video related to this cultivator. You can see this is the cultivator, and this is the rigid tines cultivator. I think here springs are not provided, and these are used in the line sown crops. Okay, so this implement is pulling by this tractor through the 3-point hitch. Here the 3-point hitch is provided, and these are known as the tines. This one. Okay, and at the bottom of there will be blades are provided so that it can manipulate the soil. So this is the cultivator. Okay, Now I will show you another video related to this cultivator. Here you can see this person is attaching the cultivator to the tractor through the 3 point hitch. Now it is ready. Yeah, this is the spring loaded cultivator. Here you can see this is the springs are provided, and this is the time. So why springs are provided? Suppose at some places stones are there. So when this tanks encountered with the stone, in that condition, it will ride over the stone due to this spring, and your tanks will be protected from the damage. That's why these springs are provided in some cultivator. Okay. So there are two types of cultivator. We have seen tractor drawn and animal drawn. Under the tractor drawn cultivator, cultivator with a spring loaded tanks, and second is the cultivator with rigid tanks are available. Animal drawn cultivators are not nowadays is used. So first type is cultivator with a spring loaded tank. What are the different component of this? Here you can see this is the main frame. This is the spring. Here this is known as a tine, and just at the bottom of the tine there is a shovel is provided. So shovel is nothing but it is a blade type part is fitted in at the bottom of the tine. Okay. So a shovel is fixed to the tine, which is hinged to the frame. Each tine is loaded with a spring. Okay, and this is the hitch point through which this implement is connected to the tractor. So the spring operates when the point strikes at roots or large stones by allowing the tines to ride over the obstruction, thus preventing the damage. On passing over the obstruction, the tines are automatically reset and work continues without the interruption. The tines are made of high carbon steel and are held in proper alignment on the main frame members. This type of cultivator is particularly recommended for soil which are embedded with stones or stumps. So in that condition, this type of cultivator, a spring loaded tines cultivators are most suitable. Now second type is cultivator with rigid tines. Here no any springs are provided. Here these are the part of this cultivator. This is the main frame. This is the tines, and at the bottom of the tines there will be shovel. Okay, so it consists of the main frame, tine, and shovel. Shovel is fixed to the tines. The tines are bolted between the angle brasses, fastened to the main bars by clamps and bolts. In this case, no any springs are available with this cultivator. Since rigid tines are mounted on the front and rear toolbars, the spacing between the tines can be easily adjusted without getting the tines choked with stubble of the previous crop or weed growth. This is the example of the rigid tine cultivator. The name is duck foot cultivator. Why this cultivator is known as a duck foot cultivator? Here you can see the shovel is in the shape of the foot of the duck. That's why this is known as a duck foot cultivator. So it is a type of rigid cultivator. It consists of a steel frame and rigid tines to which the sweeps are attached. These sweeps are made from high carbon steel, and this cultivator is mostly used for shallow plowing, destruction of weeds, or retention of the moisture. This implement is attached to the tractor. Here you can see in this picture through a 3-point hitch system. Now the animal drawn cultivator, depending upon the local condition, soil and climate, different types of cultivators have been designed and are being used extensively throughout the country. So three-tine cultivator with seeding attachment is most popular in some part of the country. Here you can see this is the cultivator, and also some seeding uh, uh, attachment is provided. Okay, here one for the seed and this is for the fertilizer. Okay, so this is the handle, and this is the handle for the animal which can draw this implement forward, and these are the tines. Okay, so through this cup the seed is dropped, and through this cup fertilizer is dropped. Okay, here you can see this pipe is just behind each other. Okay, so this is all about today's topic. So today we have seen that under the secondary tillage implement, under the implement for intercultural operation, what do you mean by the intercultural operation and what is its objective. Also we have seen some tools and implement for intercultural operation like hand hoe, hoe cum rake, long handle weeders. Okay, under the long handle weeders we have seen two types of weeders are there, a star type weeder and peg type weeder. Okay, we have seen the both function and what is the coverage area, what is the operating width, where it is suitable. Okay, also we have seen wheel hoe. This is the one of the most important cultivating intercultural equipment, and this is the cono weeder we have seen. Okay, generally this cono weeder are used in the rice field, and also we have seen the other cultivator. What is the function of cultivator and what are the different types of cultivator. And also we have seen the cultivator with a spring loaded tines and as well as the cultivator with rigid tines. Okay. The food cultivator we have seen, animal run cultivator we have seen. Now on the basis of this topic, here are some assignments. You have to solve this assignment. The question is, what do you mean by intercultural operation? So intercultural operation means the operation which are performed after the sowing but before the harvesting of the crop. That is known as the intercultural operation. And what are the different equipment for intercultural operation? So we have seen there are different equipments like the cultivator, the a spring-loaded cultivator, rigid tines cultivator, duck foot cultivator. These are the equipment for intercultural operation. As well as also we have seen the other types of other equipment which are used for the intercultural operation. Like we have seen different types of hoe, hoe cum rake, hand hoe, long handle weeder. Okay, in the long handle weeder, the other two types are there, like a star type weeder as well as peg type weeders are there. Okay. And Conovider, this is also a one intercultural operation equipment. And we will come home, this is also a one type of equipment which are used for the intercultural operation. So all these things you have to write in your assignment. Third question is explain the construction and working of conovider. Yes, we have seen how the conovider is constructed. Basically, there are in the conovider handle is there, long handle is there, and two number of truncated rollers are there, and and these are fitted in just opposite direction of one another. Okay, and also there are some floats are there, so that float will keep the implement, it will protect the implement from sinking into the soil. Okay, so that is the function of this phonovider. And write down a different type of long handle vidder. Okay, so basically we have seen the two types of long handle vidder. One is the star type vidder, and second one is the peg tooth type. Okay, peg type vidder. So in the star type vidder, you have to write down that it is made up of a handle, fulcrum wheel. Okay, on the fulcrum wheel there is a this is cut into the star-like projection. Okay, operating width of this. What is the operating width of this widder? What is the coverage area and where it is used? So all these things you have to write down in both type of handle widder, long handle widder. What is the cultivator? Okay, cultivator are used for the intercultural activation, intercultural activities, and what are its use? We have seen in the slide. You can write down different types of cultivator. So cultivators are classified into two types. First one is the tractor drawn type cultivator, and second is the animal drawn type cultivator. Under the tractor drawn cultivator, we have seen two types are there. First one is the spring loaded cultivator, and second one is rigid tines cultivator. Under the rigid tines we have seen some example like mm, uh, duck foot cultivator. Okay, so these are the some types of the cultivator. So this is all about for today's lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss about the seed drill, seed cum fertilizer drill, how the seed is sown in the field. Okay, and how the calibration of the schedule is done. Okay, we will see all these things in the next lecture.